Do y'all remember that one time I left the house at 1 in the morning, super fucked up on got into my beat up car with no license, drove 30 minutes across town to meet my plug, and when I got there, he hopped into another car and told me to follow him? Yeah, so I followed him to another location, and when we got there, he walked into the house. And I waited for 30 minutes, and I was super confused, but he finally walked out, and as he did, he hopped into my car. At that point, I was super fucking mad, super fucking confused, and annoyed because I knew what that meant. That meant he didn't have the stuff, so I was gonna have to drive him to another location. As he's explaining all of this to me, he's yelling at me to get out of the fucking neighborhood because his girlfriend's pissed as fuck, and that's the house he just left. Now you're with me? As he's giving me directions to the next spot, I realize I'm out of gas, so that means I have to stop at a gas station, which seemed to piss him off, but that pissed me off even more because it's now 2:30 in the morning, and I'm fucked up, and I just want to get my supply and go home and be at peace. So I pull into the gas station and I walk into the fucking store because I have to purchase gas in there because I only carry cash. As I'm walking out of the store, I run into Justin Timberlake. Wild as hell, right? Justin told me I was the most beautiful crackhead he's ever seen. I was like, haha, that's funny because I'm actually a dope fiend, not a crack whore, but thanks, I guess. As I get back into the car, my plug, not gasoline by the way, another piece of shit, asked me if I knew the guy that I was talking to. I said, yeah, I guess, kinda, and we drove off. And no, that is not the end of the story. So we finally arrive at our destination, and my plug runs in and grabs the goods and brings them back out to me. So I do some before I pull off, but because I was so fucked up beforehand, it hits me way harder than I intended, and I end up falling asleep in an abandoned parking lot. As I begin to wake up, I'm obviously freaked out because it's now 4 in the morning and I'm in some weird-ass neighborhood. I quickly pull off and I race to get home, but as I'm driving, I get lost. So now I'm fucked up, alone, in some unfamiliar neighborhood. I'm now at a stoplight and I end up falling asleep. I wake up 20 minutes later in a half-awake slumber, so I skirt the fuck out of there. But remember when I pulled off, I hit the gas too hard and I didn't stop in time and I ran into the stoplight and I was super freaked out, but not too much because the front end of my car was already jacked up. The only thing I was really worried about was if a cop saw me or not. So I continued driving in an unknown area, and as I finally decide to put my desired location into my GPS, I hear something dragging. I immediately think it must be from the accident that I was just in that nobody saw. So I pull over at 4:30 in the morning to check my car in a very unfamiliar, scary neighborhood. I get out of the car, but I leave my driver's side door open to give me a little light. As I check my car, I look underneath and the undercarriage is half off and dragging. I'm freaking out because there's no way I can drive my car home another 25 minutes at 4:30 in the morning when it's already jacked up and busted and now it's loud as fuck. I already know I don't have anything to fix this issue, but I look anyways. And then remember, when I was looking through my car, the only thing that I saw that could potentially act as a rope was my bra. At this time, I was hotel hopping, so I had tons of clothes and my whole life inside my car. So I grab the bra, go to the front end of my car, and I squat down. I'm trying to use the bra straps to attach the undercarriage to the rest of my car. Not an easy task, but I thought I could accomplish it. So as I'm working on that, I see a car coming down the subdivision road. I become a little nervous because, like I said, it's past 4:30 in the morning at this point and I'm alone in an unfamiliar neighborhood and there's not many streetlights. The car pulls up right next to me and I realize it's a cop. At this point, I don't know if I should be scared or thankful. This interaction could definitely go one of two ways. Either I'm ending up in the back of that cop car and at the county building, or maybe this officer will help me fix my car, or at the very least hang around to make sure it gets fixed for safety reasons. But I didn't know there was a third option. The cop asks me a few questions and if I'm okay, and then he leaves. He left me there alone in the dark with no help? What the fuck? I definitely did not see that coming. But I'll definitely take that outcome versus ending up in jail. I felt very lucky. I made it home before 5 a.m. and got super slumped the rest of the night. Of course. Anyone else remember that? No? Just me? Yeah. I figured. Love you, babies.